So hello, my name's Rob. This is Cattle Rabbit Scale Model Studios, and today, it's been a year. It's been a year since my very first video. Wow, it's gone super quick. I was just about to go live, and I thought, oh shit, maybe I should get some statistics up or something. And I was kind of like, oh, where can I find them? And I've completely shows my just how special I am at things. I have no idea how to work with Studio app or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of try and just work it out now for everyone. As I did want to kind of do some, lay some statistics and stuff with, hey, it's my birthday. This was actually my dog's. I bought this for my dog. It goes on his collar. It was his birthday the other day. And good evening, Josh. Do hope you are well. Is it on my dashboard? What I will do is I will I'll do this kind of like a video and stuff like this. People do want to rewatch and stuff like that. So any questions, just fire away. I'll do my best to answer them. I do have Josh from Free Spies Gaming Group, who's also my partner in crime. I do a live with him on Wednesday over on Instagram around about 7 o'clock. He's going to be in the chat today, just kind of shouting at me and stuff like that, and just doing his best to kind of moderate and things like that. But we are going to talk through some of the best points I've had this year, some absolute fantastic bits, and I do hope everyone kind of enjoys it, whether you're watching now, whether you pop and say hello, whether you watch it later. I do thank everyone for the support. Everything I do, I'll try and put in the description anyway, don't worry, and we'll take it from there. But today I am going to be painting this cool little cat from Blood Carrot Knights. I love these miniatures, some of my favourites. I really do think these are exceptional miniatures, and just really crisp sculpts. So I'm going to paint this up like one of my own little cats, my little Gigi, who's a little calico. She's a petite little girl, but I thought she'd look fantastic in this. So I am just going to paint this guy up today. All I've done is I sprayed him grey and given him a little bit of a zenithal highlight. That's all I'm really doing. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's do a little bit of a yearly retrospective, because there's kind of a lot to get through. When I say a lot, it's not that much, in all honesty. So current subscribers are listed at 1,340. I think this is slightly out, as I did check a little minute ago. It's 1,399. So thanks to that one guy that unfollowed. I love you. You're special. I've had about 82,000 views on the channel, which is just really cool, actually. Like it's breathtaking to kind of see how much support people have given me, and supported the channel. And I do always say, just because you're good at one media doesn't always mean you're going to be good at another. So it's always like a bit of a different learning kind of game. And I think the main thing is just to not give up, and just to kind of like you just got to carry on doing it some days, and through good or bad and stuff like that. I've had some lovely comments. I'm trying to find one comment in particular which I actually missed, and it was brought to my attention the other day when I was out. I'm now trying to desperately find this comment. It was absolutely fantastic. I can't find it. It's from a guy, I can't remember the name, basically saying, because on one of my videos I told him I wasn't gonna, I didn't tell you how to paint the base or something, because like everyone does their bases differently and stuff like that. And he was like, "You're fucking shit." It was like, it's like, "I'm gonna unsubscribe to you." And I thought it was one of the best comments I've ever read, that I'd made someone so angry. Like it really did tickle me. But now I can't find it, and I'm absolutely gutted. I hope it hasn't been deleted. I tend to not delete comments, but it just really, really just made me laugh. I thought that was good. Fucking prick. You know, it was really good, like how someone thought that that was okay to say something like that. Um, it did just make me chuckle quite a bit actually. So I'm scrolling back. But I just can't find it. I'll keep popping through and see if I can get it. A lot of people ask me about commissions as well. I've had lots of people going, "Do you do commissions?" And I used to do commission work, but Josh will tell you, I'm an awful commission painter, because I tend to turn absolutely everything down and I paint what I want to. As I'm just kind of a very lazy painter, if you will, in that regards. I tend to, I would turn down big army things and stuff like that just because I just didn't fancy doing it, or it took up all my time. I think sometimes being a one-man studio, it takes up a lot of your time, like a hell of a lot of your time. And I think committing to one big project, that's it, that's all your time done, and there's no like leeway or anything like that onto like doing anything. You're just like completely enveloped in that kind of one project. So I stopped doing commission painting. I tend to just paint stuff for friends and stuff, and things like that, which is all I really do now. I just enjoy painting more than anything. So I'm now going back 3 months, and I just can't find this comment. I'm absolutely gutted. I wish I was a bit more prepared. But this comment was absolutely fantastic. This one guy just was so angry at me, and I didn't even see it. Like, I'm so awful at replying to comments and stuff like that. Sometimes they don't come through, sometimes they do, and yeah, I'm gutted. We'll go for a few more, but other than that, one of my favourite people, Jabber's Left Nut, one of my favourite handles ever. That tickles me greatly. Fellow ogres, we're going back a few months now, so no. I don't think I'm going to find it. And do you know what? I'm just going to spend all evening obsessing over this one comment. But it made this guy really, really angry. My favourite comment of the year. Completely missed it. I wish I would have seen it. Because when people say stuff like that to me, I hope everyone knows that it doesn't necessarily bother people, or like myself. We just screenshot it and send it around the community, and everyone laughs at you behind your back. So, you know, there really is never anything absolutely constructive in slagging someone off or calling someone's work shit. It just don't do it. It's just a crap thing to do. It's an awful thing to do to someone, actually. So there we go. So I've now got my live feed on. I'm a little bit awful to this. So what has been my favourite video to make? I've enjoyed quite a few of them. I find that I'm enjoying them more and more as I get slightly better at the software. Awful at software and stuff like that. And I am going to start painting because I'm just waffling so much right now. And for a lot of this miniature, I'm going to start with the barrel. I will be using Pro Acryl because these are it's just fantastic paint. Absolutely fallen in love with Pro Acryl. So I've enjoyed like the yellows, and I think I enjoy doing the hazard stripes and like the more creative videos opposed to the painting. The painting videos are really hard to make. I don't think people realise how hard painting videos are to make. Like, hats off to people if you've got like a producer doing it for you and you can just like film one long thing and then just slice it into sections. I don't have that luxury. I have to do like 30-second sections, and I don't have to piece it all together. A very, I guess, amateur software. I don't have the luxury of having like laptops and stuff like that. I've just got the one little Chromebook, which has served me really well, actually. I really love my little Chromebook. But I do prefer doing the more creative ones. I actually really enjoyed doing the Grey Knight unboxing for Joy Toy. Not only were they just fantastic kind of models, figures, it was just like a lot of fun to do, because it was almost like seamless, and it just came together. It was a really long video. It's one of my longest videos, like 19 minutes, which is, you know, like a hell of a long time for me. But yeah, I just, you know, I do just kind of do it. Videos themselves, I've done it. I've just lent in fucking paint. Oh shit, Rob, what are you like? Good evening, Captain Noodle. No, thanks for stopping by. I really, you know, I do appreciate everyone that's stopping by. Even if you're not saying, you know, hi, or you just kind of being like a fucking lurker. You know, thanks for popping by. I really do, you know, appreciate it. I think sometimes people kind of get the wrong impression, because I'm always quite quiet on Instagram and stuff like that. I tend to just keep myself to myself, which is, you know, just, I guess, saying I've always been quite a private individual in that kind of regards. And I think sometimes, because I don't always put myself out there, people sometimes maybe a little bit reluctant to talk to me, or maybe I'm just not their first thought, because I'm not like in your face kind of stuff like that. But I guess people that know me quite well, obviously Josh, a good friend of mine, is he knows me quite well. He's had the drunken phone calls, you know, and the nudes. So, you know, he's just, you know, he gets it. But, you know, it's difficult to connect with so many people, especially when you've kind of got, like, you know, other commitments and stuff like that. It can be quite difficult. So, yeah, it's just nice to know that, you know, I am always here, and I'm just a normal person. You know, I'm not always a micro celebrity in a niche hobby. Girl, fucking shoot me. But you know, Dolphins, nice to, yeah. Hi, how are you? Let me know what you're working on in the chat. If you've got any questions, fire away. You know, I'd love to chat with people about what they're doing and stuff like that. One thing I've always tried, and I think this is kind of not so important to reiterate, but I've always considered myself a very average hobbyist, whether I excel at one thing or another. You know, I always consider myself to always be able to do better, and you know that I'm always learning, always finding new methods for things, refining existing methods and things like that. You know, that will never change, and I've always tried to aim my stuff at the average hobbyist. You know, someone that I don't like to say in some regards where people go, oh God, you know, he's an amazing painter. No, what he is a more developed painter. You know, everyone learns at different rates, everyone develops at different rates and things like that. And I think sometimes we always forget to be a little bit kinder to ourselves with how we do things. Like at school, like you could not get me to sit still at a desk. It was just never going to happen. You were never going to get me to sit down and just, you know, learn that way. I had to be doing something, you know. So I'm a very different learner to how some people, you know, might be able to sit there and be academically smart and, you know, stuff like that. And I think that goes for the same as miniature painting as well. Sometimes you know, you have to do through practice, you know, and it's not always easy sometimes to take that kind of leap and try something new. It's quite daunting. And even now, I mean, you've only got to look at Alrock the Drowner. Normally I don't go for very vibrant colours and things like that. But, you know, I had to push out there. Yeah, you know, I could have gone a bit more on it. But, you know, it's small steps to getting where you want to. And that's even if you want to. You know, I'm quite comfortable with my skill set. I do like trying new things. And, you know, I'm just adding to that repertoire over time. But not everyone's like me. And, you know, it'd be boring if fucking everyone was. So, you know, I think the main takeaway of that little speech there was just try and have fun with your hobby and, you know, things like that. It could be worse. You could be Wizards of the Coast right now. Oh, shots fired. Red-skinned orcs is something I'd love to do, but once again, I've never had the bottle to do anything but green. Most you're going to get out of me is a bright green. And Gretchen. So I love the idea of loads of like the what are they called? Like the mech cannon things that they have, the little kits with the Gretchens. I'd love the idea of having just loads of them, almost like the old Snotling pump wagon from Warhammer Fantasy, but literally just Gretchens everywhere. Like, that would be so cool, especially little red ones. They always look angrier, and I love that. I really love the idea of that. I wish they would bring back old Gretchen models from 2nd edition, because they are cool. Yes, you know, well said, Ricky. You know, I've always said be kinder to yourself. Definitely don't give yourself a hard time over something that should be fun. You know, if you want to sit there and, you know, get better, and you look at that person next to you and go, oh man, I'd love to paint like him. Do you know what? One thing I found about the community, especially on YouTube, bar that one fucking guy, is how, you know, everyone's quite chatty. Everyone's kind of like, yeah, no worries, you know. I get some people, you know, on Patreon and stuff like that. Like, I have a Patreon, but I have an awful Patreon because I use it as like a tip jar. You know, I've never really been in here to make money, and it's only really since kind of in YouTube and realizing that I do need better equipment. Did you know what, people do want to support the channel? I prefer to do it through affiliate links, because at least like you're actually using them to get something as opposed to just giving us money. But I do thank people that are subscribing to Patreon. I think I've only got 2 Patreon subscribers, Josh and Fraser, who's one of my friends up in Scotland. He was the one that kindly gifted me the Chaos Terminators for Christmas, and I was able to show off the paint scheme for that. But it's YouTube's a funny old thing. Like, it can be very difficult sometimes. Let's get a moment. High Fleet Beam. Yeah, see, High Fleet Beam off the red ones. The red ones with that kind of like a greeny blue streaks on the carapace, I think is really stunning. I think what I like about High Fleet Behemoth, once again, is just how radically different they are to, like, you know, Kraken, Leviathan, Joggermander and stuff like that. You know, they're pretty iconic. High Fleet Behemoth. So I just... They are the red and green ones, aren't they? I'm not getting this completely wrong. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Anyway, once again, my very limited knowledge of the Warhammer there shining through. So, so with this guy, obviously, I'm going to do his little barrel first, and then we'll get to his apples. I say he, but I'm actually going to paint this like my little Gigi. I have got a picture up. I wanted to print a picture out, and yeah, the red and blue ones. See, I know the Warhammers. They call me the Warhammer Encyclopedia Man sometimes. Not at all. I was going to print off a picture of the cat and put it here, but I've actually been off recently with a bit of a chest infection, a nasty one actually. At that, I've been signed off work. I've been signed off work for another week as well, on some pretty strong antibiotics and things, and I've just had very little kind of like in me at the moment, so it's been a bit of a slog. Now, yeah, do you know what, fuck it, let's add some nice dark grey. I love this pro acryl. Look at this dark grey, beautiful. It's like an off black. We'll add a bit of shading to our barrel, I think. Let's spice him up a little bit. Once again, if you haven't ever looked at Blood Carrot Knights and you like that kind of, they're very much painter's pieces, 75mm scale to 90mm, and they're just like anamorphic kind of fantasy characters. I'd love to do like a little town full of them. I think that would be really, really cool. I'm painting that. The knoll from Moonstone, Josh. I save that for tomorrow. Don't finish that tonight. I want to see you paint that tomorrow. I think that I really want to have a good look at that model. Once again, if you are in a chat and you are on Instagram, I do a lot of work over on Instagram. It's kind of like my main platform that I do operate from. Every Wednesday, I do a live with Josh from Free Spiders Gaming Group, which is, if you don't know about Free Spiders Gaming Group, shame on you. But they're just a local community gaming group based out in Lichfield. Nowhere near me, don't get me wrong. I'm a Londoner. But they're very kind of mental health conscious and how it affects positively a community can have on you and things like that. So if you don't, then do go and check out Josh, Free Spiders Gaming Group, over on Instagram. Not only that, he is one of the nicest people. He has no right being my friend because he's a nice, lovely guy. Like, he is just so selfless. And I'm plugging Josh right now. He's probably in the chat going, "Oh, fucking stop it." But I'm not gonna stop. I can't be stopped. But yeah, do just, you know, go show him support. He's one of the loveliest people out there. So, and you know, he's my little broski. Absolutely love the guy to bits. So I think we're just gonna add some kind of light shading from this side, and I probably should. Nasty plague bearers. Are you? Is it the sloppity bile piper? Sloppity bile piper. Sloppity bile piper. Sloppity bile piper. I will. Before I forget, I'm just going to tell people. So what I've done here, I've base coated with Pro Acryl, light umber, and now I've got dark warm grey, and I am using a wet palette. You can kind of see it just like here, and all I'm doing is I'm just adding to one side while the paints. The thing I like about Pro Acryl, you stick them on a wet palette and they do stay nice and wet. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of shading just to one side of the barrel, just to kind of give it a little bit of visual pizzazz, if you will. I don't really know what I'm doing, if I'm completely honest with you. I probably have no right instructing people how to paint. I'm like, oh my God. I like the names that I call things. Always a firm favourite, like, you know, that thing. Or just, you know, do one of those. But it is good fun. So all I'm doing is I've added a little bit of water to it, and I'm just gonna, don't know how well you can see that. I do apologise if my light's a bit bright on it, but I'm kind of working at a slight angle here. And as you can see, I'm just working up and down the miniature. And all I'm doing is I'm just gonna flick those colours into the brown here. I do have a little friend with me today. I've got Daisy, my little guinea pig, and she's kind of just tottering around the room down here. You might hear her squeak occasionally, but she's my little painting bestie. Although I am, you know, very much cattle rabbit, I do love my little guinea pig. It was my daughter's, but I ended up getting stuck with it. So she lives with me now, and she's my little bestie. And I think that would do. We can kind of see there that we've got a nice bit of blend. Once that dries, we'll be laughing. Be nice. I mean, I'm tempted to kind of go like non-metallic metal on the things, but I don't know. It's not really a technique I like doing. I have a big thing about NMM. Hey, there we go. Look, Captain Noodle. See. Lichfield. See, if you don't know about Free Spiders Gaming Group, I'm actually a committee member. It's quite ironic, actually. I became a committee member, I think, over a year ago now, for Free Spiders Gaming Group. I've never been once. I fucking hate playing Warhammer. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, you couldn't make it up. It's like another irony. So while not moonlighting as a niche a micro celebrity in any shopping, I work in the aerospace industry, is what I do. I'm actually QA for aircraft parts. What a lot of people don't realise is I'm actually petrified of flying, and I wouldn't get on a plane if you paid me. Like, oh my God. So yeah. Oh, the irony, the irony how I get myself into these situations. So yeah, I'm tempted to go darker on one side. I actually really like how this guy is guy's looking already. This barrel's hot. A few things that I've learned recently. I've recently learned the lyrics to Cardi B WAP. Yeah, you heard me right. What an awful song. But I was quite surprised just at how filth those lyrics are. I love it. So yeah, that's something I learned today. A skill set for the new year, which I'm going to lay on people. I'm going to learn pottery. Always wanted to learn pottery. I reckon I'd be really good at it. But I am going to find a place that does pottery kind of workshops and things like that, because I would love to give a go on that. So that's something I am going to do. You're not going to see that on the channel, but I am going to become a pottery enthusiast. It's just who I am. I have to learn new things like that, otherwise I'll go crazy. So let's just fill that bottom bit in there. Now that's looking good. I like that. That's happy days, although that is taking a little bit longer to dry. Yeah, we can do it like ghosts. Except for I want to be Demi Moore and you can be Patrick Swayze, and you can just, you know, who was in time goes, but and we're doing like the mounds with the hands and shit and stuff like that. It'll be like your my hand and then your hand just over mine, like grasping me like this. And for those that have missed it, hey, miniature hands are back. They make the room look so much bigger. That's why we have miniature hands. So yeah, so that was it. So yeah, Cardi B. I'm gonna learn pottery. Was there anything else? Let me just pop in there. I do apologise if the connection's a little bit awful. I'll tell you now, I'm with Virgin, and oh my god, they're rubbish. I'm always having issues. I do need to change my internet provider, because I go upstairs in my own house and I literally lose internet. It's awful. One thing, that's what I was going to say. And I, you know, like anyone else, I love a computer game. I really do. I actually got the first one ages ago, and although I finished it, I never really kind of took the time to really appreciate it. But one thing I've always loved is I love a good role-playing game. Love a real good role-playing game. PS1 RPGs, once again, my absolute jam. And while I'm on that subject, I've got some fantastic miniatures to show off from Epics and stuff. I've been buying them. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a game series called Breath of Fire. The first two were on the SNES. 3 and 4 were on the PS1. 5, Dragon Quarter, was on the PS2. And we don't talk about the 6th one, because it was shit. But recently they've been doing all the party members from Breath of Fire, and I've been buying them, and I've been chatting to them, and it's such a lovely Lance and Susan, I believe her names are. Really lovely people. Look at these sculpts. This is Guardian Gar from Breath of Fire 3. Like, they're just the nicest 3D prints. And they were actually kind enough to send me 2 different sizes ones. I've got a little Peko, which is an onion. Pekoros, which is Japanese for onion, I believe. They sent me a couple of those. And then I've got Rei Kid. It's R-E-I. And I've got Ryu, the protagonist, which is just like the loveliest, sharp little sculpt. Hardly need any clean up, no bubbles or anything like that. Just, I love these miniatures. That's where I actually got the little owl guy from. I recently painted up. Absolutely love him to bits. Like, what a lovely sculpt. This was something that I actually did live on the Wednesday with Josh, once again, Free Spice Gaming Group. We do a little bit of painting, we hang out, we chat shit, that type of thing. I think once we managed to get banned in Russia and Africa, which was quite funny, because the ice cream van that comes around my way plays Elvis Presley, It's Now or Never, and I think the algorithm picked up on it, and that song was like, no, you can't have that song in Russia, and it actually banned us from that, which was actually quite funny. It did did make me chuckle there. But so I've been picking up. There's 2 more characters to come out. I can't wait. That was hilarious, which I'm very much looking forward to. But recently, sorry, going off topic. Fuck it, we've got hours and it's my life. I do what I want. I downloaded Dragon Quest Builders, which is, if you've never played it, it's like a Minecraft RPG type of game. And my God, it's wicked. I have literally been making little tiny houses for my little villagers for like the last. It's really got me through this awful chest infection. Like, I'm so glad I found that game. Yeah, it's just a fantastic little game. If anyone's on, I think it's on PS4, Xbox, and Switch. But I love it. I love Dragon Quest in general. It's always been a big fan favourite of mine. Sorry, I'm just holding my breath here while I paint these super duper thin bits of braces here. Yeah, I love the series. I think it's a fantastic series. Do check it out if you like games. You know, it's a bit of a survival Minecraft. You start with absolutely nothing, and you got to kind of, you know, get a bit of wood, and with the wood you can make a chair, and if you use 2 chairs you can make a dining table, and you know, it's so forth. It's all like little recipes and stuff like that. Love it. It's an absolutely fantastic game. Can't recommend it enough if you like a good role-playing game. Cutesy chibi style graphics. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a sucker for chibi style. I do. I love it. I've actually got here, it sits on my shelf forever staring at me. I've got this wicked. It's actually printed by Josh. He does a bit of 3D printing when I need things. This is a chibi beholder. Won't be using that in Wizards of the Coast anymore. Oh no, shit, wait, they'll still I don't get monetized anyway, fuck it. You know, I love chibi style stuff. This was all painted with Pro Accrual as well. All the little fade, once again, fantastic paints. Fell in love with them. Fell in love with them aggressively, you could say. And yeah, you just kind of go through the story, your little areas. I've just got to, I've just done the sandy zone. So I've learned like how to make like cocktails and shit and bars, and yeah, it's just a fantastic little game. Not too complicated. I don't have a lot of time to invest in games so much these days, but yeah, I absolutely love it. Absolutely adore it. Yeah, if anyone's interested in those, I'll speak to, obviously, Josh does do a little bit of 3D printing. He does little mystery boxes and things. Lichforge Mythics. Lovely prints, super sharp. You know, he's done loads of stuff for me in the past. God bless you, my man. Sometimes won't even take postage off of me, which I strongly disagree with, but hey ho, there we go. So yeah, that's where I kind of am. But yeah, I really want to talk about Dragon Quest. I've become a little bit obsessed with Dragon Quest Builders. And I'm liking the way this barrel is turning out. I've only used 2 colours on this barrel so far, the grey and the brown. I am going to stick a wash over this, but I think I might do a little bit of cheeky non-metallic metal on this barrel, and then we'll be done. It doesn't really have to be too complicated. I don't want the focus to be the barrel. I want the focus to be the cat, because it's going to look like my cat. So that's where we are. I like lives. The reason why I like lives is because people generally do talk to you that maybe normally wouldn't. But also, the thing I like about live, or not so much like what they're like if you've never done a live before. Imagine a dinner party, peering up, looking at the chat, thinking, oh, do I need to answer anyone? You know, what's everyone doing? But that's exactly what lives are like. It's very hard to describe. It's just me smuttering on, trying to not run out of things to say, which, you know, I'm not too bad at, I don't think. Like, I will chat shit for hours. So yeah, so let's just... And I can't live my life like that. Oh yeah. So yeah, just out of curiosity, obviously, Captain Noodle. I don't know if you're still in the chat. When you paint, obviously, you notice you said that you were working on a red oak. Oh shit! Where's my mouse gone? I've dropped my mouse. Oh, it's here. And let me just scroll over to the. Oh, it would help because I've unplugged my mouse. That's why I can't find it. So red skinned or yellow skinned Gretchens. If you are still in chat, do you paint them the same? So do you like do all the skin, and then like you batch paint and stuff like that? Like how are you doing those? Like I literally can do one thing at a time, and I've kind of always done that with models as well. I just do one model at a time, whether it be like I don't know, a humble intercessor, or what but I can only do one thing because I do find that one it prolongs the experience, but Gans. Oh, thanks. Seven's good. What are you on about? I don't want to become too famous too quickly. I know I've always struggled with just doing more than one thing at a time. But like, even if it's, I have to complete that section. But what I would do is, say if like I'm painting the body first, I'll paint the body, and then doesn't matter if the arms require the same like method. I'll paint the body first, and I'll do one arm. So literally, I'll start from scratch, and I'll do the other arm, start from scratch. Then I'll do like a backpack, start from scratch, and everything's painted separately. Really, I could probably save a lot of time if I did like more of them. But I don't work like that. So let's go with how. Let's go with some ivory. If we got ivory, we got like a what's bright warm grey. Hello, sailor. And I'll tell you what, we're going to use some titanium white. So currently it's only 3 colours. That's all I've got so far. The state of my palette already is awful. See, I've always liked that, Captain Noodle. You kind of get like a production line going and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've always struggled to paint more than one thing at a time. Like I've tried to do it a few times. I did some Thunderers, some Caradon Overlord Thunderers, and the last 2 I thought, do you know what? It's a pretty simple, scheme I'm doing. I'm gonna do 2 at the same time, and it felt like it took forever. Like it was horrendous. It felt like it would never end, and I was just like, why have I done this to myself? But I see why people do it, but also at the same time, like I can't believe people do that. It's just it's a skill that I've always envied because I just don't have it in me to do more than one thing at a time. So I think the way I'm going to do this, like I could do this really fancy. I could do the light going to the side that's brighter on the barrel, or I can do the opposite way and completely fuck up everyone's eyes by doing the inadverted kind of thing. See, illusion movements, strong through one. See, I couldn't. Once again, I couldn't do it. I'd have to just. No, I think we'll go the right way. We'll do it the right way. Is there much to the stormtroopers on the Star Wars game? Like the miniatures, are they quite detailed? Like I don't know. I don't have much experience with them. To me, they always look quite detailed. The Star Wars. I forget the. Is it Battle? Am I thinking of the game Battlefield, Battlefront? You know what I mean. Like I know you know. But like, is it? Are they quite detailed miniatures? Do you get big miniatures and stuff with the battle thing? I should really learn the names of these games. People like to talk to me about it. They're like, hey, what should I do for this? I'm playing this. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. I have no idea. I have no idea what game you're playing. I'm already Googling it, going, oh, that's what it's called. That's the one. Oh, I know that. You know, that is literally me in a nutshell. My memory's so bad. I should probably get myself looked at. I just... That's where we are. So let's paint this barrel. Let's paint a barrel. Let's just keep adding those nice bright bits of ivory. I've gone with ivory, I didn't go with white. Oh no, wait, I did. I went with, what was it called again? Bright warm grey. This is, once again, lovely colour. I got the base set Pro Acryl. In actual fact, once again, a big thanks to Josh. It was Josh that got me kind of hooked up with Pro Acryl. They offered him some, and he kind of mentioned that we did the live on a Wednesday, and he was like, yeah, let's send my pal some as well. So we both got a set of Pro Acryl. And just fantastic paints. However, I'm not going to do a paint review. This is something we can talk about. I'm not going to do paint reviews anymore. Like, because I don't see a point in doing them. Because every paint in the world is the best paint in the world. It's also the shittest paint in the world. There are some colours that you'll go, oh, I hate that fucking thing. And there are some that I'll go, no. If we are back, Josh, could you do me a favour? Could you just write something? Just to let us know if the connection has come back. I can see that you've just put his internet has gone. Hopefully he will be back. I don't know, once again, I don't know what the quality like of the video. I do hope it's okay for everyone. I'm just going to give it a minute while I wait for this to kind of kick back in. Okay, I think I'm back. We're back in business. We're just going to add the... this here. Once again, I don't know how well you can all kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just going to feather these edges out. No, we're not going to, because we're going to add depth on the other side as well. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, and I kind of turned around and said Red Grass about their painting mat. I was like, yeah, it's fine, but it could be better. And like normally they would share everyone's post, going, oh, look at what so and so said about our painting mat. And I think because I was like, nah, I'd have a hard time recommending this to someone. They just were like, well, we're not sharing your stuff anymore, which is fine. I don't think it was a bad review. I think I offered a lot of constructive criticism, actually, where it could be improved and be better and things like that. If I was a manufacturer, I would want an honest opinion, because an honest opinion will help you build a better product. Whereas me just saying it's good for the sake of saying it's good because it was free is something that I would never be willing to do. I'm not that type of person. And if you think I am, then there's something slightly wrong there. I'm just, I couldn't give a shit. If you make a bad product, that's on you. I'm not going to lie to people about how good your product is just because it was free. And I think shame on you if that's the type of attitude that you're doing if you've got a YouTube channel. Like, I think that's awful behaviour. But that's it. One thing I've always done is I've prided myself on who I rub shoulders with and my integrity. I'm never going to lie to someone just because there's no point. There's no point, because it will only come back and bite you in the arse anyway, because, you're going to get it. Someone's going to get it, realise it's a good, and go, well, that guy fucking lied to me. And what's he going to do? It's just going to, eventually catch up with me and stuff like that. So there's never a point in lying. Never a point in lying or, being that guy. So I never will be. And that's one thing, you can count on. I'd like to play some cool, I don't know, Neighbours music after I said that, but I don't have that. Oh, splodged. Lisa needs braces. And we can just completely fuck it up. Da 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 da. And now we just get a little bit of sponge. Oh no, wait, I can use this. And we can just, there we go, look at that. It's like I never fucked up. I don't make mistakes. Quick, we'll edit that out later on. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I can't understand people. There, you know, every paint range they get is, no, these are the best paints ever. And it's like, okay. I got the Hataka ones, and it was so good. Like, they were just wicked paints. And then I got the Pro Acryl stuff, and I was like, damn, these are fucking wicked paints. Where'd you go from there? Like, there's only so many titles, and one thing that I've always done, and obviously you'll see from the title of this, is clickbait just isn't me. I won't bow down to it and stuff like that. I've always been clear cut with instructions and stuff like that. I think a lot of people don't realise that from a lot of channels, you always get the illusion of being taught something. But when you actually sit back and you come away, you actually think, hang on a minute, what have I actually learnt there? You haven't. They've told you what they were doing, not how they were doing it. And it's almost like a slightly deceptive. And it becomes more, I guess, like disposable like content. And I never wanted that. I made this channel to help people and to like show my methods and my little tips and tricks and things that I just think, oh man, it's really cool. You know, I should show people this. That's why I've made a YouTube channel, and it is not great. Because one, it's never going to help that product improve, because some guy's going to be sitting there going, yeah, sun shines out my butthole because everyone thinks my product's good. No, everyone thinks it was free. I don't necessarily think it's good. I'm severely overestimating how long it's taken me to paint a barrel. Only because I'm going all fancy with it and stuff like that. So, you know, and we're not, you know, I've got a bit of time today, so maybe I'll add a bit more white. I don't know. I feel like it's lacking something. We'll work it out. Maybe I'll add some black. I think I need to deepen the other sides personally, but let's just feather this out. Oh yeah, good bit of feather in motion. So yeah, that's always one thing that I've always done, and I've always said, if you've got an idea, if you've something you generally want to see, message me and be like, oh Rob, I'd love to know your takes on this. One of the first things I ever learned when I started doing YouTube was like I was awful at making videos. Still am, you know. Yes, absolutely, Josh. 100% agree. Don't do it. Don't bow down to it. I was kind of like trying to get into the swing of it, and so I thought, well, what can I do? And this has still never left me, because I think it was like a big lesson learned for me. So I put up on Instagram, and if you don't know, you know, I do a lot of work over on Instagram. I'm always posting my whip pictures and works and stuff like that, things like that. And I put up this little thing saying, what would you like to see? You know, and some guy actually turned around and said to me, he said, I'd love to know how to make D&D tiles. Like how to make really easy, quick D&D tiles. Now, I don't play D&D, and apparently neither does everyone else anymore. Ooh! And I was like, okay, well, I've never really thought about this. Maybe it'd be cool to be doing something different. And so I kind of went away and I did a little bit of research. And I was like, oh, right, 1 inch is 5 foot in, you know, tabletop kind of stuff. Okay, that's good to know. So I kind of went away and I bought this little ruler for a couple of quid that was 1 inch. I've actually got it just to my side here. And I was like, oh, so in actual fact, I can use that as a bit of guide pen and, you know, chip little bits out and stuff like that. And then the guy that asked me to do it never bothered in the video. It's like, oh shit, you can't make this stuff up. And I was like, I've done all that because someone wanted to know how I would do it. And I do take things seriously. Like, if it's something I don't know about, I don't like not knowing. So I go out and I research and I learn and stuff like that. And I just was flabbergasted, which is a fantastic word, by the way, about this guy had asked me my time. I'd wasted my time trying to, learn about something I knew nothing about, just because someone was like, I'd love to know. And then never even bothered watching it. I was like, that is just fantastic, isn't it? And I'm never doing that again. But recently I did put up a little poll and I was like, would people like to see more non-Warhammer stuff? When I started this channel, obviously I paint Warhammer miniatures. We all do. They're great miniatures, and you're kidding yourself if you say they're not. But I'm not a Warhammer channel. I'm a scale model channel. I like to do alternative builds and things like that. So I kind of put up a little poll and I was like, who would like to see more, non-Warhammer stuff? Like, maybe some reviews, some different box games and stuff. And like loads of people, I think it was like 89% was like, yeah, we'd love to see some more stuff. So I put up the unboxing of the Miante from Blood Carrot Knights, and no one's watched it. So like one of my least, like, worst performing videos, like 70 views. I was like, I got it. I was like, oh, I'm so proud of this. I'm really, really happy. And sometimes that just happens. You kind of you think, oh, I'm really happy with how this video went. Everything went really smoothly. I did the voiceover with my chest infection, and I just kind of was really happy with stuff like that. I didn't write a script or anything like that, and it's done awful. Well done, internet world. You never cease to amaze me. So that's when I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna paint what I want. I'm not even gonna bother asking people anymore. So that's why I'm doing this guide today. And not only that, once again, Blood Carrot Knights, they just make some outstanding miniatures. They really do. Now, I like the direction this barrel's going in, but this is going to take ages. I'm not gonna lie. And when you do something, you're like, I wish I wouldn't have started that. I wish I would have just done silver. But do you know what? It's gonna the end goal. That's exactly it. It's all about the end goal. So that's what and I'm actually I'm 4 colours in. That's all I am. I don't know how well you can see that. We've kind of got a lovely light side of the barrel. We've got a dark side of the barrel. I do need to add a bit of black to this side. I'll probably use, I'll probably just use black again. Would love you to do a Moonstone painting. Do you know what? I'd love to paint a Moonstone miniature. I think more than anything, what I would like to do is the Moonstone models, they are a different kettle of fish to Citadel and things like that. And in actual fact, I was only thinking of it the other day when I was sitting here and I was washing these Blood Carrot Knights models. Because obviously they're resin. You do have to kind of give them a little bit of a scrub in a bath. And I thought, you know what? Oh man, I should have done a video to show people how to prepare resin models. But it was a bit too late by then because I'd already done it and primed it. And I was like, that's future Rob's problem. So that's what I probably will do. That would be a good video. I've never kind of covered anything like that before. And I definitely think it's a good skill to have, especially with, I guess, I've been miniature painting now for 5 years. I wish fine cast would go away forever. Like, it's just awful. How people are still buying fine cast models and thinking that's okay. Like, the quality is just awful. And I can't believe GW hasn't refreshed a lot of their ranges, and that they're still getting away with, selling fine cast. But you can tell that they're not fans of it, because otherwise it would show up in, start collecting boxes and things like that, and it doesn't. So, you know, it's just, it's gutting that they're still kind of doing. Josh, if you want to send me something, we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. I'd love to do a video on it. I'd love to do a video on Moonstone in general, actually. I think it's a fantastic system, and seeing your passion for it actually gets me quite fired up for it. I do like the miniatures. One of my favourite things about it, the artwork. The artwork for Moonstone is fucking stunning. Like, it's so nice. The box art, how it comes, is just, I love it. I think it's a stunning, just well presented game. I honestly, I think, is it Goblin King Gaming that make it? They've just done such a stellar job, and the way they support it and their community as well, I think is fantastic. It should definitely be something that everyone checks out. I did paint Doug the Pug. Once again, back to my, if you will, commission painting side of things. I did paint that for Josh because I just like the way the miniature looked. Yeah, they're great little models. And who was the guy in the boat, the little goblin in the boat, who was like a wheelbarrow? That was cool as well. I really, really loved that. Yes, Goblin King Games. If you are after a game that's not Warhammer, check it out. Highly recommended. I like the George Foreman grill. So good, I put my motherfucking name on it. He doesn't really say that. He's just like, grill my meat. Good old George Foreman. Didn't he made like one good song? I don't know, I forget. So that's where we are now. This is going to need a hell of a few more layers, so we're going to move swiftly on past this bit, but I am just going to add in some low lights. El Capitano, that's the one right there. Let's add some black, and this is just their coal black. Once again, so far it's all pro acryl. That's all I'm doing is pro acryl, and we're going to just add that warm grey again. I do hope I'm not too croaky or anything like that. Obviously, once again, suffering from the chest infection. It's been awful. Like, what a crap start to the year. It's January and you're ill. Ugh. Like, that's just awful. So I'm quite happy with the colour we've got there. So let's add some of this in. So we're just going to kind of work from this side. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a good mix. Up there, letting my hand, the furthest down I can go is there, and the furthest up I can go is there. That looks about right. And then we'll just it's all barrel work, people. All barrel work. Maybe a bit further. Let's make him go a bit further. There we go. Round the back. Milk lemonade. Round the back. Chocolate's made. That's what we're gonna do. And then I'm just gonna get, where's that fucking there we go. You can see, like, a different side, I guess, with lies, how unprofessional I actually am, and how everything is a massive inconvenience to my life. No, when I put that paint off, for fuck's sake. That's part of the fun. It's part of who I am. So let's just. I love blending. Like, I don't know whether too many people enjoy it. I think blending is just an awesome skill to have. I have done videos on wet blending, but now I'm a bit more competent. I might do a video in the future on wet blending again, because I think I could probably explain it a lot better with a bit more clarity on the old video front. Now I'm liking how this is going, but I'm spending ages just painting barrel straps, which is happy 1 year anniversary on YouTube. What are you doing? Oh, I'm painting the edge of a barrel over and over again. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. When will it end? So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, and do fire away, or anything, wants to ask me anything, and ask away. What else did I want to? Wet blending is a skill I'd love to learn, and you, sir, shall be taught. I like practicing on plastic spoons. I always advise people to get plastic spoons. I think that's definitely the type of positivity I need. I'm definitely going to show you how to do some wet blending. It's such an easy thing to do. Like, it doesn't require much. Obviously, the smaller the miniature, the fiddlier it is. That's never going to change. Working with small things, hey, that's something I'm pretty good at. But it is easy. It's just like anything though. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Like, that's just a certainty at life. Practice makes improvement. You all thought I was going to say perfection, but it doesn't. That will never happen. Don't chase that. That's awful. It's an awful thing to have. So that's where we are with the barrel. I think I'll come in with some fine edge highlights of white at the end. Obviously, if you are enjoying this, I'm taking my jumper off at the moment, because damn, shit's getting intense. I will post finished pictures up on Instagram. Don't worry about that. So if you are interested in seeing how the guy came out, or just some like high better shots of what I've been up to today, then I will stick everything on Instagram. Next up, Agrax Earthshade. The best colour you will ever get in your life. This is just one of the best washes. It is great. It is great. Everything just works with Agrax Earthshade. And if you don't think it does, you just, this is talent in a bottle. And you're going to see why now. I'm just going to add, I've got some on my brush, but I'm just adding like a little touch of water. And all I'm going to do, how satisfying is that? Jeez, look. But I'm going to do my best to avoid the actual barrel straps, as I don't want any wash on that. So I'm just going to paint it here. See, it's important to remember that with washes and things like that, it's all about the surface tension. That's why things like mediums dilute paints down and water makes it spread. It's all about science, son. We don't want that defined line too much. We just want to bring out the lovely details of the barrel. And you can see there already. Oh, it's going to be a good one, this, I tell you. Oh, it's a good one. And yeah, do you know what? Look, we're an hour in, and you've all been waiting really patiently. But I am going to do a giveaway. Hey, that's right. I'm doing a giveaway. I've got a little box. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a box. Yeah, I know. And you all thought I'd forgotten. So what I've actually been doing is I've been putting some little bits away here and there, which I think would make a fan. Shitballs! Look at that. Got it all over it. We can use our finger there. Let's just get that off. Fuck off. That's all right. We can always add a bit more, like here. Don't worry. I meant to do that. Once again, we'll forget that happened. I'll edit it out later. Yeah, I've been putting away some little bits here and there of things that I think I would like to paint if I want to give away. And I've been putting them all in a little box next to me. And I've actually got one box just to my left. It's sat there for a couple of weeks actually now, the box itself. But I've actually been putting stuff away for about a month to make up like a little loot box, a little box of looting, a Luton box, if you will. And I'm gonna give it away, and it's full of loads of cool shit. Well, I think it's cool. What's in the box? I'm not going to tell you. just know that I think it's cool. But what I think's cool, you may not. Like it could be, I don't know, like a child's toe, a satsuma. Could be a small live reptile. Don't know. But you can win it. Oh, and you can win it from anywhere in the world. I don't care where you're from. Don't care who you are, where you're from, long as you sub me. we should make that an official song. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna give away. I'm gonna announce the winner at the end of my next video. When the next video is coming out, I'm not quite sure. It might be another week away or something. Or what I might do is I might do like another live next week on a Friday, a little hangout. Once again, I really like doing the lives. I like chatting to people that just pop on and be like, I wonder what this guy's all about. And you actually just get talking to them and they're just like, the loveliest people. I love that. I love that. The community is my jam, very much so. That's why it annoys me when people just get really shitty with each other. And I just think no one has a right to do that. And yeah, I'll announce the winner. But right, the wash is on. We need to let it dry. So let's do some Wimbledon. Here, I've got a box. Look at this. Got a box. It's a nice size box. You know, it's good. It's good quality cardboard and everything like that. And that is literally all you're going to see. But you could win this box. Not just this box. Well, in actual fact, the contents inside, the box is the actual prize. You could win this box and then all the shit that's inside it. And it's just stuff that I didn't want, you know, either that or I've been collecting toenail clippings. It's filled to the brim. I need a new box, you know, does it rattle? Well, it's pretty tight. But you could win it. But the rules on how you can win this box are this. What I want you to do, and as long as you subscribe to me, it's going to be the only stipulation, because the more people sub, better visibility I get, stuff like that. Just comment on this video, and just give me your absolute fucking worst, and by worst I mean absolute best, dad joke. I want the ultimate dad joke, and I'm going to pick the best one. And if you win, I'll reply to you, and I'll announce it in my next video. There's an email in my about section on my YouTube channel. Drop me an email and I will just confirm it's you, and I'll send these bits out to you. Or you can message me on Instagram, anything like that. But yeah, I really want to give some stuff away. YouTube's been a lot of fun, actually. You know, it's something that I have really enjoyed doing. So I do want to kind of give some stuff away. I do think we should start painting the apples. We should paint some apples now. Before we paint the little cat, I don't know where the cat's head. I think a good aim today is to get the barrel and the cat finished. I don't know whether I'm going to have time for the head today. That's okay. I'm not going to stress out about stuff. How about a nice crunchy red apple? Yes, please. So I am going to start with corn red from Citadel, because I just think this is such a good base colour, and the Pro Acryl red is really nice and bright. So I actually want to kind of bring that up. You can see that there's a hell of a difference there in colours and vibrancy. So I just want to do it that. Ricky, if you are still watching, I'm using the Raphael Kalinsky France, as I've been calling them. These brushes, really, really nice. I've never had nice brushes before, and God bless Ricky, sent me a lovely Christmas present, and there were these amazing brushes, 3 sizes, and they're just really nice. Can't get enough of them. They're just, you know, don't get me wrong, the brush doesn't make us the painter, but it certainly helps having a brush that you know has got a nice tip on and stuff like that. If anyone is in the market for brushes, I'm not affiliated or anything like that. I just think they're good brushes. I'll always plug a good product if I think it's a good product, and these are a really good product. So I think if you are in the market, definitely look at Raphael brushes. I'm awful with brushes. I've always just used like the normal Citadel shite. I say shite. They've served me pretty well, if I'm honest with you. But they, you know, the paint goes on nice. I've got a good weld to them. I've got the 3 sizes. I've got this, the number 1. The number 1 very much reminds me of my Redgrass game size 2. It's just like a weapon of a brush. I got the 0, which is in between, and I got the 2/0, the half. I don't know what that is in French. I can speak Brazilian Portuguese. I can't do French. Le two, let's go with that one. That's where I am with that. But really, really nice brushes, and I have looked them up. They are, you know, they're a good price range. Really, really cool brushes. Love them. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you again. Such an amazing present. So, yeah, definitely check out the brushes. Now, I think I might have done this in the wrong order. One thing that I've always been, I guess, critical of is what you paint first. And I normally like to work my way from the inside out. As really, when you think about it, you're always working away from yourself. It's a lot more harder to splodge when you're doing it that way. But I'm going to paint all the apples around him first, and then I'm going to paint his robes and stuff like that, which might be a bad way of doing it. Should I add some green apples as well? Can we get like a quick yay or nay in the chat? Should I do red and green apples or just pure red? Let me know. I should start saying like YouTubery things, shouldn't I? For red and green apples, smash that like button, subscribe to my balls, that type of thing. But I don't know. Maybe I should. I just be like, everything's now. If you think I should paint red apples, let me know in the comments below and smash that subscribe button. Like that. Isn't that what YouTubers kind of say? Half the time I forget to ask people. I'm just like, yeah, just watch my video. Don't worry about it. Like, YouTube is a funny old thing because I don't think I'm egotistical enough for YouTube. But then maybe it's not YouTube, it's me. And I just think like the way people are sometimes is quite weird. Both red and green. Now how many's he got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 apples. And I painted 3, which gives us, oh my god, it's that maths question. I finally used it. If you've painted 3 red apples and there are 6 left, how many can you paint red or green to make it even? Shit balls. Okay, let's do if I do this one red here, because I want his kind of like tunic-y thing, because he's kind of got like a red kind of kimono type of thing going on. I've got red on the brain, like kimono thing. And I kind of want to do his tunic, I guess, like nice light blue with a white collar, because then my cat is calico, so she's white, very, very dark brown and ginger and little odd spots. So I might do that one there red, and I might do the other ones green. Because I want a green one at the front. I tell you what, I'm gonna do this one here red as well. Yeah. Well done, Rob. You've worked it out. This is what we call composition of colours. Or at least I think it would be. I've just made that word up. But if you say anything with enough confidence, like, shit, you can really sell that, can't you? So, yeah, this is what we call composition of colours. Is how I've arranged it to kind of not clash. But there was always that rhyme, wasn't it? It said, like, red and green should never be seen. But I think that's bullshit, because if you add green to anything, you can make it sound like it's never been seen. So I thought it was going to be a mosquito joke. Wait, why? What do you mean a mosquito joke? But that's, you know, kind of where you are. You say, oh, it's red and green, should never be seen. Now, green apples, they're more greeny yellow, isn't it? I've got the perfect colour. Or have I? No, I have, honestly. And it's this one right here. Elysian Green from Citadel. So let's just make sure fat. Let's change our waters out and have some coffee. It's gone really cold. Oh, so I had a pack of jelly beans, and I've completely forgot to. Hang on a minute. That's the old one. Where have I put the new one? Is it? Ah, poopy pants. What have I done? Right. Okay, I know what I've done. So that goes there. That goes there. That's the old one. That's the new one. Job done. So this is where we are. Okay. Oh, look at that. What a love. I love this colour. I did my Death Guard armour when I first got them, Elysian Green, and they just looked fantastic. I love this colour so much. Nice colour. And it goes on really, really well. Like, it's got good coverage. I always appreciate a paint with good coverage. That's always one of the bugbears with paint ranges, when people go, oh, you know, you get it done in like one good coat. And that's very rarely the case, because here I'm going to go over red, and I know I'm going to have to touch that in. So literally sit here with my tongue out. I do like a really, I'm normally quite stubbly. I don't know, you never see my face. I don't think it's important. But I sit here and I poke my tongue out, and it's always a bit odd, because I must look like a right div sitting here poking my tongue out at what? I don't know. Just to try and concentrate. Let me know in the comments or the chat if you have any weird habits when painting, because I can't be the only one. But yeah, I seem to, I poke my tongue out, and I where I've got like a bit of a beard, I tend to run my tongue along the moustache. It's like really weird. It's really hard to explain to someone like why I'm a bit special. But I sit here and I kind of just, I lick the top of my moustache, or like my stubble, and I'm so sorry for bringing this up. Now I feel like I can't stop talking about it. And that's how I live my life. I'm so sorry. Rob, stop talking. Anyway, this is, I think I'm glad we went. Who said it was Ricky, wasn't it, who did red and said about red and green? Good. Licking your brushes. I don't know. It's a habit that I've tried to get out of, because I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line you're going to get dysentery. But I do it when my brushes are clean, to put a point on, almost like a warm up. But I do kind of try and twist my brush now to kind of get a good point, as I believe that it works a bit better. And it's just, it can't be good for you constantly licking your brush, is it? Can it? I don't know. It's definitely not good for the brush. I don't think so. So that's a habit that I've tried to stop, is licking my brush. Because yeah, I was doing it, and yeah. The other thing I tend to do is I have to be really comfortable when I'm painting. I've got a painting poncho. I'm not wearing it today, as I feel quite warm actually. I put that down to, you know, the chest infection, just raising my ambient temperature, if you will. But I normally sit here and I've got like a big poncho that I put on, and it's just so comfortable. I love it. I sit here looking like some weird hippie type guy, just like, oh yeah, painting away. Occasionally, like, I don't know, if I order food and I kind of forget to take it off, I must answer the door and like Uber Eats standing there, and I'm just like, yeah, give me the food. I must look quite weird. Also, love a pair of slippers. Like, absolutely adore slippers. Have to have a pair of slippers on. That's my little I guess painted uniform. Okay, this is coming along nicely. There's a bit there. Let's get that in there. Do I stick a wash over these? You don't have to wash everything, but I'm kind of tempted. I'm definitely going to come back in with red, I think, first, and neaten up some of the apples where I've just gone over, but that's not the end of the world. Once again, like our nights, my favourite miniatures, I do, if you like painting and you want a good piece to get your teeth into, go and try Blood Carrot Nights. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. Once it's published to YouTube, I don't know whether it'll be up today or tomorrow. I'll leave links in for everything, and if you want to go back in the comments or leave us like a good dad joke, try and win this super secret box, let me know. Actually, the last giveaway I tried to do on YouTube was for a Engine Master for Caradon Overlords that I want to use. Announced the winner, never came forward, still sitting on my shelf. So I'm hoping this one goes just a little bit better than the last one. Now I am going to just touch these bits in here because I think they're supposed to be apples. So there, and just a little bit just there. Look. And this is why it's important to have a really good point on your brush, so we can do stuff like that. So that's where we are with that. Do I add a shade? I don't really need to add a shade. I can just brighten one of them up. I might add a bit of dark brown to one of them, actually. Give it a bit of shading. See, the problem is, because I went off at with the barrel, I now need to carry that on for everything else. So I actually need to make these sides brighter than this side. Ah, shit. I knew that was a bad idea. I'm going to treat myself to a jelly bean. Oh yeah, that's good. And coffee. I got an hour and a half. I feel like I've accomplished nothing. Just been waffling. And that coffee is stone cold. It was lovely and hot an hour and a half ago. Right, let's get shit going. So let's do this. Bold Pyro Red. That from Pro Acryl is one heck of a bright red. That is stunning. Wowzers. And that's right, I just said wowzers. Like, that is something else, all right. So let's, should we forego? I'm going to forego the lighting thing. I'm just going to start adding this around it to like get the light to catch. Wow, look at that. I'm never not impressed by Pro Acryl. Like, honestly, they just make some really nice. And I tell you what, their paints do as well. And this might seem really weird. They glaze really easily. If you're always a little bit worried about knocking up glazes and things, and you want a paint range that kind of like just, I guess, complements that a little bit, Pro Acryl is so good for making glazes. Like, they water down just really nicely. I don't know what it is. They just, I mean, we can kind of see the difference in that apple there. It's the one at the front. If not, you should be able to, you fucks. Jelly beans. Oh, jelly beans are my actual favourite sweets. I love jelly beans. So let's just add the brightness. Get down with the brightness. Just making a comeback. And all I'm going to do is I've done like a 50-50 mix on my palette. I don't know whether you can just... I should move that there. You can kind of see it just there. Shit, I should get that brush. Just here. I'm using like kind of somewhere in the middle, and I'll use that for my final highlights. I'm just going to work my way around. Let's really brighten up these apples. It's nice to have a bright apple. I want a Granny Smith's. So another thing I wanted to talk about, because it's something that has fascinated me quite a lot. I don't play Haribos are better though. For fuck's sake. The Haribos are good, but they're not a patch on jelly beans. How dare you? The whole D&D controversy at the moment. Wow, have I become I became fascinated with Kanye West's mental state. Now I'm fascinated with what's happening with D&D at the moment. Oh, wow, like what are Wizards of the Coast doing? Like, I thought everything was quite sound. They seem to be doing quite well. And then all of a sudden I kind of saw this whole uproar on it, and a few of my friends, like Joe from Encounter Train, is commented on it and stuff like that. And it's just, I can't believe what they've been trying to get away with. It's awful by changing the monetized options and stuff like that. And I feel bad for people that are going to be affected by this. I don't think it affects as many people as what they do, but also at the same time, I am, wow, like the old fucking audacity of Wizards of the Coast. Like, they seem to be quite in touch with their community for a long while, and then all of a sudden, you know, this comes through, and it's like, damn, why do you hate us? I say us, but you know, like, damn. But I didn't know what an OGL was. Ages. I could see people OGL, and I googled it, and I was reading up all these articles and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I can't believe a company is so out of touch with their community these days. But also, I think they don't really care. Like, I think community is probably one of the best things you can have as like a game developer or anything like that. Someone that, you know, really supports your things day in, day out. I want a shit. Do you want these apples or tomatoes? I have no idea. You know, what company sits there and goes, we've got such a dedicated fan base, like, we couldn't ask for anything more. Like, if that was me, I'd be going, this is perfect. I've got everything I've ever wanted. I've got people that champion my game, make their own content. You know, I've inspired millions, generations as well. Who sits there and goes, fuck them, let's monetize, you know? And they were quite clearly, you can kind of see that they've kind of thought that their product was under monetized, you know, and that they've kind of done this whole, well, do you know what we're going to do now? And they've just gone mental at it. And I just think, I tell you what I'm going to do, just to stop waffling, because I've done this side of the barrel lighter. I'm going to do this side lighter, I'm going to do that side darker. So I'm actually just going to focus my highlights on this side. Yeah, good shout, Rob. See, I always come through at the end. What are you on about? I know what I'm doing. It was all planned from the start. Or was it? I don't plan anything. If you bet me I'm the most unorganised person going, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do a live today. And didn't bother getting any of my stats or anything like that up to talk to people. I was just like, there was this one comment from this fucking guy, and I couldn't find a comment. And it's just like, hey, there he is. There's our guy. But yeah. I don't even know how many videos I've done. But look at that. I love that. That red is stunning. If you have never used Procreate, I urge you to go and do it. That is some vibrant fucking colours right there. Ooh, I'm going to say it again. Wowzers. That is stunning. Let's see, next is, before I do his little coat thing, because I might add some of this, I might finish off the barrel, because I can add some highlights to the light side and some low lights to the other side, and that should kind of finish off the effect we wanted. We'll see. I think obviously I probably won't get all this guy painted today, however I will. I'll finish this tomorrow. If you are on Instagram, me and live go Josh. Fuck you. Me and Josh go live on a Wednesday for a weekly hangout and hobby. It's really chilled, where we just kind of, like I'm doing today, but you can see Josh. And we just kind of effectively talk bollocks. And we kind of have a laugh and we have a giggle. And we talk about lots of different topics and things. So definitely, if you are interested in this guy or me finishing this guy, to be fair, you're invested now. If you've been here for an hour and 35 minutes, you better tune in tomorrow. But I'll attempt to finish him tomorrow. But I'm definitely liking how those red apples turned out. Those are some nice apples. So let's go back to our umber, which was this one. And I'm going to pop this up here this time, because I want to mix this in with that ivory colour. And I think I'm going to go for a bigger brush. Here's a trick for you kids. You don't always have to paint with the smallest brush going. As long as it gets a nice point, then don't worry. And I'm just going to, yay, now we're singing. And what we're going to do is we're just going to follow kind of just like that. You can kind of see it there. And I'll just work my way. I'll highlight this side and I'll lowlight that side, and it will just all make it look real good. You just have to take my word for it, because, you know, I might be lying. I'm only talking about ass. I can't paint to save my life. They're on to you, Rob. So I love the detail in these things. They're just like, they're so sharp. If you haven't watched the video of me unboxing these, go and do it. Do yourself a favour. Not because I want you to watch my video. Do you know what? Go find someone else's video if you don't fucking like my shit. It's fine. But 100%, go and look at how nice these models are. Yes, it has. That's exactly it. You know, D&D struggled for a long while. Just replying to Josh's comment there. And they've obviously, the bosses have kind of come in and gone, hang on a minute, our product sells really, really well. Why are we letting all these other fucking dudes, you know, make shit and we're not earning out of it? Like, that's wrong. No, we're going to monetize it. We want a share of what you're doing because it's our product. But if you go into the legal system, you can't actually copyright or trademark rules. It cannot be done. Can't do it. There's a few grey areas, but ultimately you can't do that. And I think what they've done is they've tried to kind of throw their weight around, and the community as a whole's gone, oh yeah, Billy Big Bollocks, watch this then. And they've gone, oh shit. Because loads of people are calling to, like, I don't know what D&D Beyond is. I hear people trying to boycott it. I assume it was like a service like Warhammer Plus, which is something else I don't subscribe to. I sit here, I subscribe to Shudder. I paint and shit my pants at the same time through fear. And I guess it's got, you know, it's everywhere at the moment. There's this whole OGL thing, and yeah, it's pretty crazy actually how much it's kind of taken off. I don't think they expected this much resistance. But do you know what? Serves himself right for trying to boss around a community. And do you know what? Good on the community for going, do you know what? We're not tolerating this. I wish more people in the wargaming community for like Warhammer would do that, because sometimes I do feel GW takes piss, especially with prices and stuff like that and what they ask of people. I think that's very unfair. So I do wish that they would kind of I might come in with some black, pure black, and define those bits of wood. And I'm making more work for myself, but it will look good. You have to trust me on this, or don't. I don't know. Maybe I'll add some white. Let's finish off the green apples, because that's what we're all here for, really, isn't it? The green apples. We're not here for anything else. We're here for green apples. Look at that! Wow, that's definitely an apple green colour. So let's go with this. Oh yeah, look at that. That should work out quite nicely. Or is that too light? Do you know what? No, I've got a really good idea to do these green apples. What we're going to do, just trust me on this, because you have no choice. I'm going to highlight these really, really up to light green, like a really, really light green. And I'm going to stick something like Beltane over it, and that should bring it really back to green. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing for these apples. These apples are going to be the best painted apples you've ever seen in your life. At least, that's what I'm going to tell you. I've been wrong before, and I probably might be wrong again, but these are going to be good apples. So let's just... How do you like those apples? If you can name what that film was from, I'll suck your dick. And if you can name what that film, what quote that film was from, yeah, cool points. Because I can't turn around and go, oh, suck your dick again. But if you know where the quote, how do you like those apples? If you can tell me what film that was, you'll definitely win some respect. How about that? Let's go with that. Now then, I don't know. I kind of like the apples as they are, like that. That's kind of nice. But not every apple is the same colour, Rob. You jerk. So let's get... Now I have to find a colour. What colour is that? Jesus Christ, my eyes are awful. Coelia. What was that? Known? Sepia? Bear with me. Technical hip-hop. I can't find the green. Sterland, Aphonian. Sepia. Drakenhof. Is it you? No. Okay. Aphonian, Coelia, Drucci, Sterland, Sepia. I know I've definitely got some because I use it a lot. Known. You. Aphonian. Not you. Okay. I might have a little issue here. I wonder if I put it in one of my big drawers. Right, that's an issue because I thought I had some and now I can't find it. So what have I done with that? It's when I turn the big lights on and I'm like, oh, I can see it now, but the bulb blew, so I don't even have the luxury. It's just all gone downhill. I don't even know. Poopy pants. It's definitely not one of these. Not you. It's not you. Let's just quickly get everything out. Oh, is it you in the corner there? Ah, look at that. It was hiding. I tucked it right in the corner. So anyway, we're going to use some of this. And we're just going to give a little bit of difference to some of these apples. Difference? Is that a word? Oh God, I'm just so technical. That's my problem. Some would say I'm too technical, actually. But I've garnished the nickname of Technical Rob, which is also a big fat whopper. But yeah, look at this. See? Who's your daddy and what does he do? Look at that. It's this one here. Look at that. Look at the green on that bad boy. We've smashed it. Right, green apples, here we come. Here we come. Come on, green apple man. Oh, Dannon. I think it is just going to be a case of green apples. I think that's what I'm going to get done today. I've got like half a barrel done. I might finish the barrel off tomorrow morning. I might get up a little bit early, finish off the barrel. Because I am coming up to the 2-hour mark. No clue what it is. Do you all give up? Now, how do you like them apples? And if you don't know, it was actually from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where they do the parody of Good Will Hunting Part 2. You see, Will, you're not the brilliant mind anymore. What do we gotta do, Chucky? Just fantastic. Chucky, it's hunting season. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch in just where that shades kind of come in a little bit with the green. Because true fact, if you want to highlight red, use green. Like, add in a green glaze and it will just give you such a good effect. Like, I'm not even lying. And if I am lying, then it's actually my friend Charlie, Misfit Toys, that told me that. So you can actually go and blame him. You can actually go directly to blame him and say, Rob said, fuck you. And he'll be like, oh my God, Rob. Yeah, I know that guy. Because he's American, you see. And he doesn't use a metric system. And then later, I'm going to tell him, because of the time difference, I mentioned him in my live. But I'm not going to tell him where, and he'll watch the whole thing. Because that's what friends do. It's all about the watchtowers. So there we go. Let's remember, if you put too much shade on your brush, you can just dry your brush, soak it up. Boom. Once again, if you want to enter the giveaway, be subscribed to me, and I want in the comments your best dad joke, and then I want you to smash that like and subscribe button. I want you to comment if you've ever commented on a video. Also smash that subscribe button if you've ever watched a YouTube video, and tell me in the comments below if you suffer from erectile dysfunction. And just, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at this part of the night. Now let's address the big questions, or not big questions, according to erectile dysfunction. So let's just add a few little highlights for these apples. A few little dots here and there, bring that happily goodness to life. Happily goodness, an actual term, I'll have you know. If you have happily goodness, then, you know. Just gotta add little dots, little stipple motions. I always forget that I'm slightly off camera because my camera's actually over here because my phone is generally here. My camera's this side, so I'm always kind of like shifting to one side. I do apologise. Most of you have spent the evening being really polite instead of going, Rob, can't fucking see what you're doing. Sure, you're the loveliest people. So let's just build up those little spots. Because they have little spots. No, like little appley spots, don't they, apples? Appley spots. Just, I'm so limited on life. What are these spots called on apples? Can someone look that up and let me know? Unless, like, the apples that I shouldn't have spots on. And I've made grave errors in my life. So that's let's just get a green, and I've got just a green because I want a really nice crunchy green leaf. We're going to use, oh, not that, fuck that colour, this one. We're going to use Warpstone Glow, or should we use, which one's brighter? No, we'll highlight with that. Let's do Warpstone Glow. This is for the tops of the apples. Oh my god, I've spent the whole evening and my thing isn't even plugged in. Lucky I saw that. Wow, God, see, amateur hour. Let's we're gonna paint the leaves. I'm going to shade the leaves, and I think I'm going to leave it there for today because I've done a shit ton of talking and it's lonely. But no, I do hope everyone's had a good chilled evening. I do thank everyone that has stopped by just to kind of pop their heads in and be like, hey, and just have a little bit of comfort while I waffle on about things. For the first 10 minutes, that guy that left me that shit comment that I then couldn't find, so there was that, which I didn't even know about. I left the fantastic thing. I was actually out one night, my friend Nikki and Ben, lovely people. If you're on Instagram and you like your movies, check out Rider 18. Big on laser discs, things like that. Just does watch long movies reviews. Talks about how the scenes were done. Loads of in-depth research. Lovely people. And Nikki's kind of sit there and she was like, "Who's that fucking guy on YouTube?" And I was like, "Who?" And she was like, "Oh, that guy that was like, you know, he said that if you're, you know, you're a shit and you know, I'm unsubscribing or something like that." And I was like, "I didn't see that." And then, bless her, she sat there for most of the night trying to find this comment for me. And I was like, I don't even care. Like, you can't please everyone all the time. There's a difference between being okay with ridicule and then just being mean to people. You see it a lot, especially on Instagram. There's a thing at the moment. There's a young girl. He's done some lovely painting. And some guy had a go at her because she had put her name in her comments, and he was like, "Oh, some fucking girl, another girl tag or something." If you're on Instagram, you might have probably seen it. I tend to stay out of stuff like this. This is where I become very private. I'm just like, it doesn't really affect me. But I do feel bad for the individual that it's targeted at. Like that's just mean. That's just mean doing that to someone for no apparent reason because what you're jealous. And this is where I'm kind of like, you know, when you're online, yeah, you are open to a certain amount of ridicule. You put yourself out there. Okay, that's fine. I think for people like me, very thick-skinned. And like I said, when you say horrible things to me, it doesn't really matter because all I do is I screenshot it and I share it with my friends over on Instagram and we all laugh at you behind your back. Like, no one's coming off good in this instant. But like the difference is here, like if people turn around and go like, "Oh, your video quality's poor," yeah, I get it, that's fair. You know, well, what can I do to improve it? Have you tried this, this, and this? Just going, your videos are shit. You go, okay, fine. But how does that help anyone? It doesn't. We all started somewhere, unfortunately. You know, some have it a bit easier than others. Some have a bit of a better start, a bit of knowledge. I have very little knowledge on computers and things. I'm awful with them, and I try to actively avoid computers. I can just about turn on my own PlayStation, is the extent to what I do. And so I think it's really out of order when people who aren't doing it then ridicule people there are. And I always remember people saying this, even just having the balls to put your work online, you're doing so much more than everyone else. Because you're actually putting yourself out there, and not a lot of people do that. And that's why I just think it's so rotten for people to just really ridicule people. Yeah, it's just, that's it. Unfortunately, that's the society we live in. People seem to think these days because they have an opinion that it should be voiced. I was always taught, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say nothing. People wonder why I'm always so fucking quiet. But hey, we're looking good. There we go. We've got some leaves. I'm going to brighten them up slightly, and then we're gonna call it good for today. I think I'm actually quite happy. I wish I would have got more done, but I'm pretty chuffed with how much, or what I've got done. I think the quality is quality over quantity. That's what you got to tell people. We're just going to add some little touches to the leaves, just to kind of draw them out. And same thing, I might stick a wash over these. I'm not sure yet. I will decide once everything's dry. I think is probably the best way of doing it. But we can just stipple some colours on. Do like a bit of a Bob Ross, because everyone needs a little stipple. There's a lonely little leaf. Oh, everyone's lonely sometimes. Denon. Okay, I think that's where we are now. Should I I'm just gonna check, because I want to tidy up some of these bits here. Just making sure that we're all good. Like here, I can see that we need a bit more colour. So I'm just gonna move my fucking hands. And then we're just gonna stipple that. Once again, we've got a lovely light one that side and a dark one that one. So we're just gonna do the same for these quickly. Just gonna add that brightness to that side. Same again with here. Look, there's a little cheeky bit that I've missed there. Whoa, there we go, gotcha. And there we go. That's where we are at. I'm quite chuffed with that. The barrel still needs to be finished, but it's definitely heading in the right direction with the brightness and the darkness, and then all the apples are done. So I think I am going to call it there. It's 2 minutes to 10. I've been waffling on for nearly 2 fucking hours. Jesus Christ. I feel sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for all of you that have stuck with this. But also very, very thankful. It's been lovely. I do like doing these lives. I say this every single time. I just like chatting to people. And I'm going to be painting anyway, so I might as well do stuff like this. This year, I am going to make a conscious effort to do more lives, because I do really enjoy them. I do really, enjoy talking to people, especially people that I've never spoken to before in the community. Like I said, I'm always normally quite quiet, but I do very much enjoy chatting to people. So there we go. I will put up pictures on Instagram. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow when the light's better, so you can see what I actually did today. As my studio light is directly underneath me, like right here. so it's probably got a bit of glare to it, but you can kind of see where we're at with the light and dark, the barrel. So there we go, and the little kitty face. I'll put up pictures. I'll be painting this again tomorrow live on Instagram at 7 o'clock for Josh from Free Spice Gaming Group. I will say again, Josh, thank you so much for just coming in and chatting away and just keeping everything going for me. You're an absolute star. I love you to bits. Thanks again for stepping in and doing that. Big thank you to everyone that did just stop by. Once again, give me your best dad joke in the comments below, and I'll pick out the best one. And this super secret box could be on its way to you. It's just a dried bit of milliput that I stuck in a box about a year ago, and it's got mold on it, and I've named it, but it needs an owner because it keeps threatening to destroy my soul. And so I just need to get rid of it. I need to pass it on to someone. And you could win it. So why don't you win it? Well, come win the dried mouldy milliput that Rob put in a box a year ago. And I tell you what, do me all a favour. Take it away. But that's it from me in this one. I will do some more later. Once again, if you're on Instagram, do check out me and Josh tomorrow. It's more of the same shit, but it's condensed into an hour. And I've Josh's beautiful face to look at, which is always a perk for me. But that's it from me in this one. Thanks again. It's been lovely. It's been a lovely year. God bless your community that surrounded me and likes my videos and support me. It means absolutely everything. Big thanks to people that have supported me. Joy Toy, Red Grass, as they are not talking to me, but they still send me shit. When I ask for it, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Hataga Hobbies, Pro Acryl. Yeah, thank you so much. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun actually, and looking forward to seeing what I get up to this year. But that is literally it. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go quickly walk the dog. It's like 10 o'clock and it's like -4 fucking degrees here. So I'm going to wrap up and get going. But thank you all for stopping by once again, and I'll see you all in the next one. God bless and take care. Bye bye.